to license it.
Meep, meep.
Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:55 scale model Siku Mini Cooper Cabrio. Cabrio is short for cabriolet, or convertible, softop, or ragtop, or whatever you call it in your area. Mine looks like it was jacked up in the parking lot and somebody made off with all four tires. So I'm going to have to come up with a replacement set for those. The paint is terribly worn out on this. However, I think we can make something beautiful out of it. Onto the workbench, where we tighten it up and take out the two rivets, front and back, with a number 4 drill bit. It's the first Siku model that I've worked on, so it's always a bit of a surprise to crack the top off the base and see what lies beneath. It's kind of the standard plastic interior. Not bad shape. And someone has done a little bit of painting on that windshield. Unfortunately, I'll have to work on that to clean it up. And it takes a little bit more drilling on these rivets just to loosen the plastic windshield. A little persuasion. Out it comes. A nice metal casting, and 1:55 scale, a little bit bigger than our standard 1:64. It's a plastic base on the bottom, all in pretty good condition. Now, no rubber on these wheels, so I'm just going to remove them, and I'll put them in a plastic bag and keep them. At one point I might have some more replacement supplies, but at the moment I don't. But all together in one box so I don't lose anything during the restoration. And here's what I've selected as replacements for the little mini. Isn't that nice? They're the perfect size. Yeah, that's going to make it look really good. Alright, we'll put those aside. This has 2 posts, front and back. And as per normal, I drill those out. The front one needed a little bit of filing. The original drilling through the rivets was not perfectly straight, so I had to modify that just a bit. And some self-tapping screws go in, M2 size. All good so far. You can have a look at that. I do them at the beginning so no paint gets in there and messes it up. My prediction is it's not going to put up much of a fight with the paint stripping because of the way it was so peeled off down to bare metal. My guess is that's not the best paint job from the factory originally. Well, let's see, we'll cover it up and let it cook down in there for a while. And when it's time to have a look, yeah, that's bubbled right up. You could probably rinse that off under the tap without too much brushing involved. I wonder what the different procedures are from the varying die-cast companies and the way they do their paint application. I've had Hot Wheels that I had to dip twice or leave in the paint stripper gel overnight, but this one was no trouble at all. And I scrub it in the laundry room tub with a bristle brush, and most of the paint came off, but you see some remnants here. And I take a moment here and look over the casting to see what condition it's in. And even my hemostats came out cleaner. After I use those to dip a model in the stripper gel, I take the opportunity to brush off any remaining paint from the last job, and they're looking as good as new. And I have to give attention to the bare metal with my hand tools. If you've been following my channel, you would know that my Dremel tool broke down early on in this process. About 5 weeks ago, I've ordered a new one on Amazon, but Amazon doesn't deliver to Switzerland, where I live, so I have a post office box in Germany, and I'm waiting for the borders to reopen, and when they do, I'll make a mail haul video and show you what I've been waiting for. One issue on this car that I'm going to have to address is these 2 holes in the back. Something is missing. What's your guess? I put the interior back in there to help you visualize it. It's too far back for a roll bar. I think that's probably where the Cabrio roof was pinned in the folded down position, and I don't have that. Mine is MIA, so I'm going to use some metal filler, some masking tape, and cover up those holes, and hopefully at the end you'll never know they were there. So the metal filler mixed with hardener, in it goes. Part of the mail haul that I'm waiting on is some JB Weld and also some Tamiya putty, but in the meantime, it's make do with what you've got, and this is what I've got. So I apply that, scrape off a little bit of excess, and it looks like that at this stage, but stay tuned because we're not finished. Here I do some fine sanding as well as a scalpel tool to pick out from the detail lines. And it looks like this, and I think after that's primed and painted, you're never going to know that anything was there. Use your imagination and pretend that the Cabrio top is folded down and covered over with the trunk lid. Into the hot soapy water we go. I'm not sure if all Sikus had a plastic base or not. It's my first Siku model. And they manufactured many vehicles, but their Super Series 1 to 55 scale die-cast line was the core product. And they often battled with the French Majorette and the Dutch Efsi companies for the European market, but some would say that Siku historically could be called the German Matchbox. In about the 1970s, Siku started breaking into international markets with some success, but when I bought my first box of die-cast toys at the local secondhand store, because I'm in Switzerland and neighboring Germany, there were all kinds of Siku models, but it's taken me this long to break one out. So it's experimentation time. Some nail polish remover on that really stubborn paint on the windshield, and it didn't all come off, but I always take time here to do varying degrees of wet dry sandpaper and a little extra effort and a little more time than normal, but came out pretty well. Some polish. I rub in with a Q-tip, and then I flip the Q-tip over to the dry side and buff it, front and back. Okay. I'll dip into the floor polish for some protection and a shine. And it came out pretty good, though not brand new perfect. But hey, we're doing a restoration and doing the best we can. Put a cap on that to keep any dust particles from landing on it while it dries. Clean up on aisle 3. And the last step before the paint booth is some degreasing. This is light gray Rust-Oleum primer out of a rattle can. And the paint application is a nice baby blue. You research a Mini Cooper online and you're going to see they come in every color under the rainbow, so the choice is limitless. And I haven't used this color yet, so that'll make a nice, happy looking little Mini. And I just showed you the first coat, but I'll let that dry and give it a second and a third spray. Matte black for the interior. And matte black on the base. Both of those were black originally. Here are all the parts. I've already put the wheels back on. I had to cut new axles to fit these. No troubles there, and the windshield has been reinstalled. And you'll see the interior seats on those two posts that the base is going to be fastened to. So that's kind of different with the Siku model, but not overly complicated. Blue screws on the base is not a mistake or an oversight on my part. That's intentional. I like them to be the same color as the body, and it's a little bit of a contrast with the black base, so why not? Almost finished, but I'm going to take some time for some exterior details, and while I do, let me say thank you very much for visiting my channel today and taking the time to watch this makeover. If you're enjoying the video, give it a thumbs up, and why not become a new subscriber to Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. It's a brand new channel, but I'm updating the content regularly, especially during these lockdown days, so hit the notification bell and keep right up to date with me. Leave your respectful comments below and tell me what you think of these makeover videos, and tell me where you're from as well. Here's our finished product. I like the paint choice, and the finish came out very well. I've added some license plates on the front and back. Painted the taillights red on top of chrome. Translucent red gives it more of a glass look than a solid opaque red, and I really do like the new wheels. I think they suit this model, don't you? I'll put a little chrome detail on the door handles. And the front grille. That's a cute little car, and now it's going to get a second life. Remember how it looked in the beginning? Really, really worn out paint, no rubber on the tires, scratched up windshield. But look at that transformation. Isn't that sweet? I agree. Thanks for visiting my channel today, and come back real soon for another makeover. It's coffee time.